Too little, too late was the story for the Celtics tonight as they fall to the Philadelphia 76ers in their last matchup of the regular season. I'm Matt Genek, reporting for CLNS Media. Welcome into the Boston Celtics newsfeed postgame recap brought to you by DraftKings. The best place for you to win huge cash prizes every single night, and with basketball season back in full swing, DraftKings is the place for one-day fantasy basketball. Head on over to DraftKings.com, armed with a $5 deposit and our promo code CLNS, and you can play for your share of $10,000 in total prizes. Don't wait, use code CLNS at DraftKings.com now to choose your lineup. The Philadelphia 76ers defeated the Boston Celtics Thursday night at the Garden 89-80 in the lowest scoring game of the season for Boston. Philly goes to 21-20 on the season and is now tied for the 8th seed in the East. Boston falls to 34-12 and have lost 2 straight home games for the first time all season. The Celtics now only lead the Toronto Raptors by 2.5 games for the number 1 seed in the conference. Tonight's game featured an onslaught of sloppy play on both sides as both teams combined for an astonishing 41 turnovers. However, the spark that the Sixers desperately needed came from the just recently named All-Star starter Joel Embiid. Embiid carried the Sixers offensively once again tonight throughout the entire game, putting up 26 points, 6 assists, and 16 rebounds in the win. The Celtics' own recently named All-Star starter, Kyrie Irving, missed the night's game with minor soreness in his shoulder. The Celtics' offense stalled throughout the first 3.5 quarters, and Irving's presence was severely missed. Boston is now 2-1 when Kyrie is out on the season, with wins coming against Toronto and Charlotte, and one embarrassing 23-point loss to the Chicago Bulls that resembled tonight and was the team's lowest scoring game until this sluggish defeat to the Sixers. The first quarter started and ended with both teams grinding for baskets and settling for tough shots. Marcus Morris left the game with 1 minute to go in the first quarter after taking an accidental shot from Daniel Tice to the face. Morris would return soon after and score much-needed buckets for Boston, but ended the night a team worst -16 while on the floor. 21-19 Philly led after 1. Boston continued to struggle even getting shots with 14 turnovers in the first 19 minutes of action. Mad Brad Stevens went 11 deep in the bench as the team lacked energy and force and scored only 13 points in the 12-minute second quarter. Despite abysmal play on Boston's part, Philadelphia could not take complete advantage and held only a 7-point lead heading into halftime, 39-32. Combined 26 turnovers from both sides and sub-40% shooting amounted to an extremely hard-to-watch first half. Coach Stevens went to lineups that featured Abdel Nader, Marcus Morris, and Daniel Tice to spark some energy and offense, but nothing was hitting. As 82% of Boston's players committed a turnover in the first half, this was as frustrated a first half that Brad Stevens has seen this year and simply said after halftime, quote, "We stink," unquote. The 15 turnovers in the first half by Boston are the most by a Celtics team since the 2011 season. The third quarter is when Boston continued to slide and Embiid and Philly finally found some rhythm of their own. The last 15 points of the third were scored by TJ McConnell or Joel Embiid, who combined to start the fourth quarter up 18 and a combined plus 27 on the game. The story of the night was too little too late for the Celtics, who ended the night on a 20-8 run and committed only 1 turnover in the final frame. But Philly made their free throws after Boston missed several open 3-point shots to narrow the deficit to within a basket with only 90 seconds to spare. An ugly performance through the first 40 minutes does not usually give your team a chance to come back in the final 8, but this Celtics team at least never quit down the stretch and fought till it was the Sixers' game to win. This matchup could be an interesting one come playoff time, and with a healthy and rested Kyrie Irving and Joel Embiid, we could be in for some more very entertaining rivalry basketball. That about does it for tonight's post-game recap brought to you by DraftKings. As always, keep your eyes glued to the CLNS YouTube page at youtube.com/CLNSmedia for complete Celtics coverage. And be sure to check out clnsmedia.com for all of our content. Until next time, this has been Matt Genek with the Boston Celtics Newsfeed post-game recap reporting for CLNS.